let's just see
Good evening and welcome to the weeknight. I'm Sloan Sanders Townsend here
what
with
they
Alicia
got to
Menendez
say.
and Michael Steele. As we come on air tonight, we're following breaking news out of Newark, New Jersey. The city's mayor, Ras Baraka, who is also running for governor as a Democrat, has been arrested at an ICE detention facility by federal officials. Alina Habba, the interim U.S. attorney for the District of New Jersey, has accused Baraka of committing trespassing. Members of the New Jersey congressional delegation were also at the detention facility. Bonnie Watson Coleman, who will join us in a moment, LaMonica McIver, and Robert Menendez, who is the brother of my co-host Alicia. Meanwhile, just this morning, senior White House advisor Stephen Miller said that the Trump administration is, quote, looking at ways to end due process protections for migrants.
Well, the Constitution is clear, and that, of course, is the supreme law of the land, that the privilege of the writ of habeas corpus can be suspended in a time of invasion. So it's an option we're actively looking at.
He is the orchestrator
I think that this
behind the
is
scenes.
monumental, what we are witnessing.
That cat that y'all just saw
Bonnie Watson Coleman, but it is my understanding that
is
the
probably
members
the
of
most
Congress were at
dangerous
that
man
facility
in
for 2
America.
hours before this happened, and that Mayor
And people
Baraka
don't
was
even
on
know
the
it.
public side of what is essentially the parking lot of that facility. And the members of Congress in the videos that we have shown and will continue to show, they surrounded him to try to protect him, keep agents from taking him away. This is not something to gloss over. If they will do this to the mayor of Newark, New Jersey,
There you
if
go.
they will arrest him and hold him with no charges, where are we?
The 60s.
Well, I think we're going to be saying that a lot.
Understand this.
We're going to be saying a lot. If they can do this to fill in the blank, they can do it to the rest of us. We need to gird ourselves to what is coming. Look, you got Stephen Miller on the lawn of the White House, right? Telling America, oh yeah, we're looking at ways to suspend habeas corpus, right? That, the supreme law of the land, the Constitution, yeah, we can do what we want with it to violate what is very clear in the law and in the Constitution that they cannot do. That the president just can't willy-nilly suspend habeas corpus. I mean, think about in the middle of a friggin' civil war.
Why can't he?
Abraham Lincoln caught a whole lot of hell.
He got the Congress, he got the Supreme Court,
in fact, suspending habeas corpus,
and he got the
paid a price
military.
politically for that. So look, there's no invasion here.
Who gonna stop it?
And they're using language to sort of dumb down the seriousness of what they're doing to us. And I think this moment, to your point, Simone, is a seminal moment in the changeover to the eradication of the rights of everyone. That the migrants, immigrants, that's just
the beginning.
Just the sidebar.
That's the
The
test.
real core is every one of us that are left. And I think we need to be mindful of that and be prepared to stand up against it.
And I think we need to remember
All they're
why
doing
those
is
members
using
of
that
Congress were there. They were there
as a
to
scapegoat
exercise their power
to
of oversight. I'm eager
implement
to hear
the
from
plan
our
that they
next guest.
really
Let's
want to
bring her
do.
in, Democratic Congressman Bonnie Watson Coleman of New Jersey. She's currently outside of that ICE detention facility.
Congresswoman, you are still on the scene. Can you just tell us what you know now at this point? What has transpired since Mayor Baraka has been arrested? And while you're talking, we might also throw on the screen the video, the B-roll of the moment where you all surrounded the mayor, so our viewers can see it.
I'm sure, thank you for having us, and most assuredly, thank you for making this information
Now, she 80
available
years
to
old.
millions of people in our country, because you're absolutely
Do the
right.
math.
Our rights are being taken away, and if they can do
What
they
has
did
she seen?
to Mayor Baraka, and if they do what they did to the three of us, LaMonica, Rob, and me, then they can do it to anybody, and they are doing it to anybody and everybody. First of all, we're at a different site right now. This is not the site of the detention facility where we were trying to conduct an oversight interview and a look at the facility. It's something that Rob and LaMonica and I have been doing. It's an ICE detention facility. We wanted to make sure everyone was comfortable, the place was clean, and individuals had access to phones and their attorneys. It basically was a clean facility. They don't have all the access that they are entitled to, but they're kind of gearing up. We waited for over an hour to be addressed by ICE, even though we had the authority to be there, even though we only wanted to make a tour. While we were in the waiting area, all of the ICE officials from the state of New Jersey at the highest levels came to the detention facility, and we thought it was to resolve our issue of taking the tour. So they came, they said hello, and the next thing we saw, they ran outside. We went outside and we saw that the mayor was there. And the mayor was talking to them, to some of the ICE employees. He was invited inside of the gate to have the conversation. When we all got down into the end, they told him that he had to go back into the public area where the protesters were, and he willingly, quietly, and respectfully did as they asked. While he was there, we were walking back to the holding facility thinking that we were going to have our interview and do our tour. But we noticed that ICE and officials were huddling and having a discussion. So we decided that we were going to kind of wait and see what was going on. They were talking to people on the phone. Now, mind you, all of the ICE leadership in the state of New Jersey was at that facility, but they were on the phone with someone, and we finally heard, okay, we're going to arrest the mayor. To which we asked them, why are you arresting the mayor? The mayor is not on your property. The mayor is out there with the protesters. They ignored us. They went out there. They tried to grab him. LaMonica, Rob, and I tried to hold on to the mayor to protect him. And we kept asking, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you doing this? So they actually, quite frankly, started roughing us all up. They took the mayor finally. The mayor went. They arrested him. They cuffed him. It was disgusting to watch. And they brought him to this facility where we are now, which is their, I think, administration facility. We have been outside here now since they brought him here, trying to get a hearing for him or trying to get him released. And people have been coming and coming and coming. This place is flooded with protests and with media right now, because everyone is, first of all, we're scared. We're scared that nobody is safe in this country anymore. We're scared that Donald Trump has weaponized law enforcement, and law enforcement has no respect for any of us, irrespective of our positions.
Because they are the new
everyday
Gestapo.
folks just minding their business, going to school, working and walking. And so
Wait until
we
he
decided we're going to be here
deploys that
until we
SS
find
guard.
out how the mayor is going to get released. I've just been informed that he is going to be released. We will be here
It is
until
going
we physically
down.
see that happen. But this is un-American. This breaks my heart that in the United States of America, as imperfect as it has been, there's never been this disrespect for individual rights, for positions, or for just justice in general.
Congresswoman, it's so disheartening and yet compelling to hear you describe the events surrounding the arrest of the mayor. I want to call your attention to something that's very important and you know very well, and you've alluded to this throughout your comments there, that the rules of engagement that are laid out specifically, and everyone go see them at ice.gov, right? Regarding those facilities says, quote, nothing in this section may be construed to require a member of Congress to provide prior notice of the intent to enter a facility described in subsection A for the purpose of conducting oversight, for the purpose of doing your job as a member of Congress. You are not precluded nor prohibited. The fact that this administration, yet again, flouts the law, throws it up in the face of
But they ain't doing shit about
the
it.
very members who swore the same oath of office that they swore were to uphold that law tells you what? What does that tell you?
That they think the Democrats are punks.
Next week.
You see, this is the thing.
You need to make your fellow members aware.
Republicans are dicks.
Regarding the actions of this administration.
Democrats are pussies.
Well, I just have to
They are
remind you
designed
just
to
how
fuck
corrupt
each other.
This administration is as it relates to the rule
It
of
just
law
depends
and
on
almost
who's on
everything
top,
else,
who's
Michael.
actually doing the
But
fucking.
I also need to talk to them about the difficulty that we had in gaining access
And the
to
Republicans are
facilities
fucking
for
the
three
shit
of us who are members of Congress,
out these
because you
Democrats
cited
right
the
about
law.
now, man.
We cited the law. We've had conversations with ICE
And they just
before
laying there and taking.
visiting their facilities. So
Bitch,
we
fuck back.
understand why they were so hyper determined to be so uncooperative this time. But there was a sort of
And I don't mean her
environment that was
specifically,
very
to be
unsettling.
clear. I'm
They
talking
were
about
respectful.
Democrats.
ICE was not
Period.
respectful at all. They barely responded to any question that we asked. And they never apologized when we were on the tour for having roughed us up, disrespected the mayor, taken him off. And this is not our country. This is not what we live for, fight for, stand for. Michael, this is such an abuse that we are experiencing at the highest levels, that they're giving people permission to take other people's rights simply because they don't like us. And so if members of Congress aren't even safe in this environment, we had pins, we had identification, they knew who we were, then what are we expecting other people to think and feel?
Well, shit,
So
y'all
I'm
allowing them to
excited
disrespect
about
y'all.
that. Of our experience, although we're communicating with them now about that, I also want to talk about it couldn't be that difficult when members of Congress show up to a detention facility to bring them in and let them do the tour that they're legally entitled to do. There's too much checking and double checking and pushing aside, and it was just too much confusion, unnecessary chaos. I know this is a chaotic administration. I know it's an intentionally cruel administration. I see it. I physically and personally experienced it today. And to take the mayor of the largest city in the state of New Jersey and put him in handcuffs and then take him away. And his mother, God bless her soul, in addition to his wife, his mother is here. And she has been here since they brought him here. This is not America.
Oh, yes, it
This
is. Oh, yes, it
this
is.
a sick man's idea of what he thinks he can do to any one of us
Well,
or all of us.
he couldn't do it if
Congresswoman Bonnie Watson,
there weren't enough
before I let you go, I want to clarify a point
Americans
that you made
who
earlier
support
in the
it.
interview. Did you say that ICE invited the mayor to this facility?
This is America.
He was invited.
And she's showing her ugly
inside of
ass,
the
too.
gate. So there's a great big parking
You see,
area.
we've always known this.
So he was invited inside of the gate because they wanted to talk to him about what he wanted and why he was there. So when we got to him, he was still inside of the gate. But then ICE came and said, you're trespassing. You have to get leave here. You've got to get out of this area. The mayor
How is the mayor trespassing anywhere
went behind the fence
in his city?
and was out there with other protesters. He was not on their properties. But they decided, for some performative reasons, some evil reasons, to go and handcuff him, humiliate him, and take him away.
Yeah.
Congresswoman Bonnie Watson Coleman,
That's how they
Congresswoman,
do
we began
you
the
niggas.
day talking about chaos in Worcester, Massachusetts, and we are ending it talking about chaos
Oh,
in New York City.
man.
Thank you so
All right.
much for
It
being
is
with
what
us
it is,
today.
man. Gird your loins, pimpin'. That's all I can say.
MSNBC